Hey guys, so new prediction for next week, but first let's quick recap what happened last week. So in the SPY, the prediction was that it's probably gonna open with a gap up, immediately push to the downside, and the end target was the brown, the 390, 389, and see what happened. It opened with a gap up. Let me make it bigger. And it opened here with a gap, immediately pushed to the downside, found support on this area, bounced a little bit, and then on Friday pushed to the high and touched our target, which was nice. And with the Qs, seems that the Qs is a little bit off, so it's followed the S&P. The S&P is now at the lead. The same goes open with the gap up. It didn't reach our target, so probably gonna push a little bit on next week. Nothing here. With Tesla, Tesla was a little bit off. The prediction was that we're gonna see continuation to the upside of the stochastic and then a fall down. You can see it how it rests on this trend, which is nice. And the prediction was that we're gonna see a push to the upside and then something that look something like this. And it did so and rest on this 108. Even try to push lower, make some little bit panic at the crowd, and then a squeeze to the upside at the end of the session. But the momentum, I thought it will be much stronger to the 121 area, but it didn't follow. With Apple, nothing much. With NVDA, I think the target was the 150. It's the same. It's open with the gap up, immediately push to the downside and try to reach to the 150. I think it touched the 150.10. This was a nice prediction. And with Meta, the prediction was that we're gonna see close the gap, and I think it did. One. Let me check here. Much easier. This is the gap. Yeah, it closed the gap. So very nice prediction of the market. So what's going to be next week? This is very interesting. Let's again start with the monthly and see what we see here. So with the S&P, you can see this is the trend. You see the break. You see coming back, found support on the trend from above, and started the month positive, which is good. Above the trend, it's resting on the. This is the Fibonacci level 382. So this is a key level. To rest on it, you can see how it tried to break, bounce up, break it again, bounce up. So this is a key area for accumulation. So regarding investment for the long term, you probably gonna see I don't know, maybe once or 2 months of sideways move. It doesn't mean you don't see some small profit, but it can look something like this area. All right, so this is a big sideways move. This is 1 month, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. Manage to break inside, give the panic, and then push to the upside. So we can have something like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably push to the upside, panic to the downside. And if it want to move to the upside again, probably in 2-3 months. So be patient. Just looking at it, you can see the divergence is complete. So this is a long divergence. It doesn't mean immediately it can push to the upside like crazy. It just means that the buyers are now strong. And this is a movement of control downtrend, which means the buyers are lurking and looking for a position to buy. You can see this here. They are defending this zone. even though you could see, you know what, we clear it. You could use this Fibonacci level. There's something interesting here. This is the 50 zone. You can see it here. From this low to this high, the 50 is 348.60, let's say 349. So it touched it and immediately bounced. So you can see the price action, computers, everybody listening to those area. And as remember, the 50 zone of the Fibonacci was a key area to enter the market. And now the possibility for it, for the monthly move, is there are two possibilities: moving up and touch it and reject it again, or try to move and bounce on the trend from above. So this is the area a lot of people, I think, are waiting for this key level, the 322, 320, or you can see it here, the trend coming together across each other. So this is a nice possibility, but I don't see it yet. It's let's go for the weekly and see what happened there. On the weekly, the target we had is to touch again the 400 and test the trend. This is the trend. You can see how it reacted. It created here, test it, immediately fell, test it, immediately fell, try to break it, immediately fell. So sellers probably trying to be more weaker now. It doesn't mean they don't have the power. You can see that it's wanted to cross again here, to move to the upside, but it has to be very careful, because if it crosses and gives us another green candle, it can create divergence, a small one, for a short continuation. So if you're going to see another green wick, probably going to reject it here. You can see the volume coming up, which is nice. So if we see another continuation with a nice volume above, it would be nice here that to for the move to the upside, but be careful, it's gonna probably catch all the buyers and try to fail here again, give them some panicking to the 360 and then try to break later. The trend is still down, there is no divergence. So the trend is, the confirmation of the trend is down. So be very careful in the weekly. Let's go to the daily. With the daily, you can see it. This is probably the Wyckoff, people like it. This is the distribution accumulation phase. You can see it here and see what happened. And we talked about it. The buyers defending this zone. I didn't see a cross below, so it's still a defending zone. Also defended here, defended here, defended here. And this is the break. Reach to the 390, probably try with the Qs, push it a little bit higher and then reject it. You can see the nice volume coming in. You can see this is the break of the stochastic. As I told you, it doesn't mean immediately it will move up. It goes sideways and then there is the 50 rejection. So probably push here, be very careful from it. Let's go for the 4-hour chart and see what we have there. It rejected, and see what happened when it touched the brown line. Touched here immediately, even with a green nice candle, it immediately rejected again. Let's check it again. You can see it here. When it touched, it rejected again. This is a bounce above it, and this is the reason why it's tried to stay and then immediately rejected with a big power to the downside. You can see it here, touched and rejected. It doesn't mean it immediately will fall. It just means that it's going to be rejected. This is an area for sellers to exit their position or rebuild a new position. So I could see at the beginning of the week moving again to the 382, try to test it again. and see if it can hold. Again, I don't like the fact that it broke my, this is my support line. You could call it support, but this is an trigger for a short to the downside. I don't like it break it. So you can see it here. When it broke, I know it will touch the next target. Even if it didn't close the above, it's moved to immediately rejected. So I don't like it. In the longer term, it might move again to the 362, and I don't like it. But with a nice momentum, there is no divergence there, no divergence there, no divergence there. No divergence. You know what? Let me check. This is 90.50. So it just needs another green candle and rejected, and it will clear this divergence. If it will fall immediately, it will create a divergence to the downside for reversal. I mean higher highs, and this is lower highs, so it means reversal again. So next week, push to the downside, resting here. Let's see if the buyers will come again. This is too long. Usually with Wyckoff, I don't like the Wyckoff system because you never know if this is a break to the upside or break to the downside. It usually coming down, up, try to break, false break, and you know it only after it was false, and then coming down. Or it can do up, down, false break, and then pushing to the upside. So you don't know which one is false. You just have to follow the trend and hope so. If this is, let's say this is the false break, or this one is the false break, it would push up and coming down, resting, and then you can enjoying the party for the next area for the 4 or 5. At the moment, I'm biased to the downside. Even though intraday you can find a spot to go long. You know what? Let's see how it looks at the 60 minute. With the 60 minute, let's make it smaller. You can see the ups, down. This tried to be a false break at the opening and immediately pushed to the downside. Buyers are still strong, so the buyers came in here, defending this zone. So the buyers are strong, which is good one. But now you can see a big volume. This is the sellers exiting position. You can see it here, but controlling the buyers, controlling the falling. They don't give it. If everybody was selling, it was immediately a big red candle like this one. But you can see the volume. So a lot of volume coming in and taking out all the sellers out and buying those. So let's see if we have a break of the trend. You could say that we have a break of trend. So next target, let's see if we can come back to the 400 as the prediction of the daily, coming to the 400 and then rejected. I know I took the 30 minutes. So with the Qs, it's following the SPY. What is good, it broke the trend. So this is the first, you can see it break, moving from the ups, coming back inside, try to break, managed to break. So let's see if lots of people probably will buy it above the 270. You can see it here, but again, it come to the 50 and then rejected. So probably coming to the 275. Be very careful with it. The monthly, we saw it coming back again to the 61.82.58. And the buyers are still buying. You can see it. The weeks one, nice weeks here, but with no volume. This is lower volume. This is the start of the monthly. So let's see if the volume will come. I think maybe 2 months, maybe 1.5 months, we're gonna see the attempt to break the trend. So probably we're gonna have something like this, and then here, and if we see it still holding, we probably gonna see the break here and following like the SPYs and then coming up again. You can see the divergence. It's still in a big oversold. It did a cross, but want to move above the oversold area and to see the movement to here and there, and then later you can see the break. So gonna take some time, be patient. Buyers are strong here. So you can see that the SPY was at the 50 Fibonacci, the Qs, which is more volatile, at the 6180, which is okay, which is nice. If I'm gonna see the SPY moving down to the 6180, it won't be that good. Let's move to the weekly. You can see with the weekly how it looks very nice. You can see that on the SPY we already saw those. Then the move to the upside. Let me check if I'm correct. Yes, 1, 2, and this is the break. With the Qs, this is the reason why it's delayed. This is 1, 2. Next week we're gonna see probably weak. Let's hope so. Volume is coming up, even though it's a small volume. So the sellers no interest in selling those levels. So probably the buyers will push up, and then the sellers will start to act. Yeah, you can see the sellers lurking in this area. There is no divergence again, so be very careful with it. Let's go for the daily we were. Let's go for the 4-hour chart. You can see that it didn't touch the brown, so probably open with a gap up, touch it, immediately fell down, resting on the 262. Let's see if the buyers will hold it. You can see it here, 259.73, 260.01. So buyers trying to hold. Do we have divergence? This is 84.10. This is 78. So a green or opening above will create divergence again for reversal. So it's most likely we're gonna see a reversal. If it immediately push higher and try to break the 275, 274 area, gonna be risky. I don't think they will try it yet because it will move higher, and if it failed to break, we're gonna see a big down momentum because this will be a big short continuation. If it open here and fail to break it, it immediately will fall here with the power. So be very careful from this move. Let's move for Tesla. With Tesla, I know I wanted to follow like the Qs, touching it, but it didn't. It did the movement correct, but not at the key level. Momentum is started to be positive. It rested on this trend of the stochastic, which is good. It listened for it, and now it's moving higher. Its next area is be very careful. It's need to break and touch the 125, and there is a volume. There is a volume, which is good. It didn't touch the 100, so probably a lot of people wait, and now they are fear of missing out. So it could push it to the upside. Let's go and see again the monthly how it looks. See how it looks. So much fear, so it's still in a big downtrend. Be very careful from it. Don't be afraid of missing out. Even if it move higher, it will reject it, and then you have probably a new opportunity, and then you can be sure at the moment big downtrend. Be very careful. You can see it here. Yeah, this is the reversal. It didn't even touch. Open with a gap, move into the downside. So still a wait. There is, you can see there's a nice volume coming in, which is good. Small candle, big volume. So gonna be lots of pressure for it to move to the upside. Again, moving. This is we know that they're big volume, small. So this is a reversal of the sellers, which controlling the move to the upside. They didn't let it move to the upside, so they're still in control. There's still big volume here. They have a lot of profit to take, even though this is a nice candle engulfing this reversal. So probably another push to the upside, but wait for it. You can see it here. oversold, try to break it. Even if it break next week, it will touch the 50 and then reverse. So be very patient. Let's go for the 60 minutes. See how it looks there. Downtrend, downtrend. There is no break of the trend. I want to see it above the 130. And even if it will reach above the 130 and even touch here to close the gap, it will immediately be rejected, coming back here probably 125 to retest. So wait for it, be patient again. So this week it's all about being patient. It could touch the 140 and rejected, probably move to the 107 again, and then try to break the 180, 190 and 120 area. This is also an area for it to break in order for it to push. If it push and manage to break the 120, the next target is the 130, a reversal from the 130, and then a free move to the 170 area, which will be good. So remember something like try to push here. If it managed to hold, next target 130 if it managed to hold, and then guys 170. It doesn't mean it will be some reversal there at the 150, 160, because there was a lot of price action there. You can see the price action here, so probably some reversal, but it will touch the 170. But do we have the confirmation for it yet? Not yet. We are still in a downtrend. I will wait for it. You can see it here. If it wants to reach next target, you can see it, the 166, 167. It will touch the 170 if it managed to change the trend and the momentum is started to be positive. There is a divergence, which is good. You can see it here. The momentum is going up and the price action going down. So a nice reversal is coming. Have to be very careful from this one. So we won't see something like this. Even if it managed to break it, it will create reversal. This is why I will wait for the reversal. If I miss it, I miss it. It's okay. So prediction is trying to push higher, reversal, and then try to see if it want to reach higher. Even though it seems that the next target is the 90. Again, it broke it and closed below, so probably rejected. So I will follow it. The momentum gonna be good for Tesla. Apple didn't do much. You can see it touching. Let's see, 124.17. This is 15. So we touched, rejected. You can see why I like those algo lines. They are not like support. There was a key level where the price action will meet. You can see it here, meet here, break, rejected, reject sideways, managed to break, touch it, managed to break, will touch there. So managed to break, so immediately push here. So if you're gonna see a break here, we're gonna see probably move, rejected, and then touching the next target. Momentum is positive, this is moving down, so probably gonna be a positive week, but I will wait for the reversal. I wanna see the confirmation because the trend is down. So if the trend is down and you wanna move up because you're gonna see reversal, take quick profit because everybody is fearing how much you're gonna see the profit and then you're gonna lose, so probably gonna take a quick partial. So careful from that because it's gonna push the market quickly to the downside. Sorry. Do we see divergence for the trend? No, so continuation the trend down at the moment. Be very careful. You're gonna check it out here, 72.64. This is a little bit below 72.40. So if it manage to push higher, it immediately create divergence and fall. This is why I don't like. Be very careful from it. This is Apple and NVDA. It exactly on the pre-market it touched the 150, but then later it touched it. Give it all the participants the ability to touch here. You're gonna see here it's almost immediately rejected again. there's no divergence there. You can see it moving up. This is moving up. So probably continuation for the 152, and let's hope for the 156. If we check it on the daily, how it looks. There is no break of the trend yet. Almost it broke it. I wanted if it could touch here the 195 and then move, so it didn't. So let's see if now the bars are strong. Let's make it smaller. You're gonna see something which is created. This is one shoulder head. Let's hope we're gonna see next shoulder and see above here, moving to the upside and then trying to touch this area. But this is for much longer period. See it how it looks on the weekly. You can see it how it's resting, rejected. Still didn't break for reversal 150.80. So probably let's see sometime in these scenarios what we gonna get is let's be positive and put it in green. Let's do it here. You're gonna get something this moving up, moving down, and creating engulfing. And when it creates engulfing, next candle is gonna sometimes creating the trend. So if it push above it, moving to the downside. If it push below it, moving to the upside. So be ready with it. See, this is something like this. You can see this is engulf. The next target, push to the upside and creating the trend for below, moving to the down. Above, moving to the upside. So wait for it for another 2 weeks to see how it goes. Just a tip. Again, let's look at the 60-minute, how it looks. With the 60-minute, it's strong for the upside move. There is no divergence, so continuation of the trend. So let's hope market will follow NVDA and the momentum to the upside and then make a reversal for confirmation. Gonna be good. Let's move to MRNA. Sorry, MRNA. Sideways move. Didn't do much. Let's check it here. It rested on the 200. Tried to be positive, still in a negative. Momentum is negative. It broke it here. Next target, I will wait for the 157. If it managed to break and close above, okay. But at the moment, you can see reject, reject, reject. Even if it touches the 185, it will reject. Momentum is for the downside. Be very careful. Careful because MRNA known for its squeezing out for the upside or for the downside. You can see it touched here, immediately boom, downside, took out all those stop losses and then immediately open with a gap. Of course, they give announcement and then push to the upside. So sideways, sideways, sideways. Let's check it out if they squeeze out some people. 172.31. 171, yes, yeah, they took out all stop losses, but why not to hit the 170? There is a gap here to be closed, so if will closed, it immediately touched the 160, 157. So bias to the downside, even though the momentum, you can see there's no volume, so exhausted, so probably below this one will fall again. BA, see, finish. BA surprised me. BA surprised me completely. My prediction was that we're gonna see finish of the move because it's too high, and what it did, it squeezed everybody with big candle. You can see those big fat candle, 1, 2, no wicks almost, nice volume coming in. It broke it, squeezed all the stop losses. Amazing BA. Didn't see it coming. You can call it a miss of opportunity, but because it was too extended, I didn't want to join. Even though I know some people took it, you can see it how it looks on the weekly. Come on, come on. This is it. You can see this is big candle. But see what happened when BA does those kind of candle. And volume is low, even though it broke the trend here. It broke the it didn't broke divergence. It seems that it broke the trend, but the trend is still down on the weekly. So be very careful. You're gonna see the move to the downside. I'm waiting for the move to the downside. Much safer to move with the trend at the moment. Let's see how it looks on the monthly. You're gonna see it here. See what happened. It touched. It would have the power to move to the upside and then immediately fail. So maybe we're gonna see it here and then fail. It didn't broke the trend, so it's gonna take some time to broke the trend. It's the beginning of the month, so be patient with it. I know. So it was miss of the prediction. I thought we're gonna see a reversal and then push up. We didn't have this opportunity. There is a gap, so mind that gap, guys. Nothing much to say here, and it touched our key level here. So yeah, and those are small move, much older. Gonna see it from where it created. Nice move, BA. Gonna see it. You don't see the lines. This is the start of the line. The 208. I was biased from 300, I think, with BA to the downside to the 150, and those lines for intraday. So this is why they're so tight. But at the moment, I'm biased to the downside, guys. I know the trend is up. The trend is the friend. A big momentum, guys. But you can see it's still creating. It didn't finish. Oh, this is big. Okay. You're gonna see it here. This is moving down. This is moving up. We're gonna have confirmation of moving down, and then we're gonna see the reversal. And I think the reversal gonna be strong, but with control for the buyers. The buyers won't let it fall again to the 150, I think. And okay, this is it for BA. Let's go for Meta. Meta also manage. I don't trade it because I don't like it, the sideways move so much. And you can see it's small move, grinding, close the gap, which is nice. Nothing much to say. It broke. There is not. I think this is 95.44. This, yes, small divergence for reversal. So you have to wait, see it if it want to come here. Buyers are strong, so wait for it. Be careful from it. If we check it here, you can see the trend is up, and this is moving to the upside, closing the gap, which is nice. So probably gonna meet some, again, closing position, move to the downside for reversal. It's too, you can see it here. This is squeezing. You don't see the momentum like here, how it looks. So sideways move, I don't like it. Even if it touch here, you can see it. There's a lot of liquidity here, so probably take the liquidity and then moving down. This is Meta. Let's go for the gold quickly. Gold, I think, yes, with the gold I also was, I want with the gold to see the move for reversal, then push up. It immediately, like BA, it immediately pushed up. You can see those candle finished here, and it moved red. So lots of liquidity here, and it's obvious. You can see it here. This is the area of liquidity. So our end target was the 175, and then for reversal, you can see the volume, which is nice. So momentum is still positive to the upside. Wait for it. If we look on the weekly how it looks, you can see it here. This is the area, so probably touch the 174. See it here, and then reverse at the moment. At the moment, could move to the upside again. Gold is strong. Let me check something. This is 87. This is, no, there is a divergence, so need a reversal from this. This is to the upside. but wait, because it could wait for here and then reach. So it can do something like this, and then to the downside. Let's see, check Fibonacci and see if we see something unique here. 61, 177 could be a nice target. It broke the 50. Usually the 50 there is a rejection area, so it yeah, could do so. Let's go for Oxy. Sorry, Oxy. With Oxy again, this is distribution. You can see the area of the 60. Our target was it's gonna touch the 60 and then bounce from it. It touched it. I'm on a weekly, nice, and wow, nice volume of moving up. Buyers are strong. Let's move for the daily and see how it looks. Moving up. Even if it moved to the upside, we reject it. So look for position, not entries, position to enter the short side. Like, let's say if you are trading the daily and some, let's say some strategy is below candle, there is a gap for the move to the downside. But at the moment you see the break and you see what happened. This break immediately fell. So let's see if it's now break the 63 and then fall down for reversal. It touched our key goal of the 60 and immediately push up. So momentum is positive. You have the 65, you have the 66 area. Momentum is positive. This is moving down. Momentum is positive, moving up. Price moving down. So did it clear the divergence here? Let's see. The high is 64.83. This is 64.63. No, it didn't. So be very careful because it's creating a short continuation. If it won't manage to reach to the 65, this will be moving here. So be ready for it. And let's sum it up, guys. So first, reversal is a good possibility, but the Q is gonna probably try to push. Some stocks gonna manage to push higher and then do reversal. So I will follow the trend at the moment. Momentum. If I'm gonna see it open with a gap and let's say the 5 to 10, 15 minutes at the opening, I'm a day trader. It's gonna be green. Follow the trend. Probably next target 393, but be aware of the 390. I will look for the reversal. I will wait for it, and then let's see if the buyers will hold the 380 again. Do we see a run up? Yes, I'm gonna see it. I see it as to running for the 400, but not yet. I wanted to see the buyers committing with a big volume. I want to see them like their continuation now. I want to see another green candle continuation. It's gonna reject it, but I want to see them fighting it, and so taking it slow, piece by piece. Don't put all your shares. It's gonna push the 50 and reject it, and then try to push to the upside. But remember, the trend is down. The trend is your friend, and until you don't see the trend breaking, be very careful. So guys, thank you. 40 minutes, sorry, but hope it helps you, and let's have a good prediction week and good week of profit. Bye bye.